Scholastic Audio presents Trapped in Hitler's Web, a novel by Marsha Forchuk Skrypuch, read by Lauren Ezzo.
I didn't realize just how scared I was until we got back out onto the street. I bent over, clutching my waist, heaving. I felt like I was about to throw up. "It's okay," said Nathan, rubbing my back. "We've got our cards." These work cards were like gold. As far as the Nazis were concerned, having them proved we weren't runaways. More important, Nathan's was proof he wasn't Jewish. I stood up straight and filled my lungs with cool air, trying to calm myself. "Let's hope we did the right thing." "Just think," Nathan said as he took his coins out of his pocket. "Soon we'll be making money. We should send this home." Was it possible? And who was still alive back home? We'd hidden from the Nazis with the underground for just a few days last spring, and then struck out on our own. Every once in a while over the summer months, we'd made contact with them. In July, we'd heard that Mr. Seagull, Nathan's father, was still alive, and my mother and sister were too. That was the last we heard. I looked up to see the time on the City Hall clock tower. It was 10 a.m., 2 hours until the train. "Come with me," I said, my hand on Nathan's elbow. We weaved our way through the back streets of Lviv to a place that I knew only from Auntie Irina's careful description. I led Nathan through an alleyway behind a street of stores and a restaurant. Between two metal cans piled high with rank and rotting food was a door marked Bistro Mykola, deliveries only. I tapped on it. No answer. "What are we doing here?" asked Nathan. "The owner knows Auntie Irina," I said, "and I'm hoping she'll send a message back home for us." Auntie Irina had described this woman's appearance in detail, and I could only hope that I'd recognize her on sight. I tapped more firmly on the door, but there was still no answer. "Are you sure it's even locked?" asked Nathan. He pulled on the handle. It opened. We stepped inside, and I called out, "Hello? Is anybody here?" A woman appeared, looking flustered. "We have no food for beggars," she said, trying to shove us back out the door and close it in our faces. She was in her 20s, with dark eyes and silver-framed oval glasses and light hair in braids, just as Auntie had described. This woman was definitely Auntie's friend. "You are Nikoleta Tukervitz," I said. "And I'm Maria Fedyuk, Irina Fedyuk's niece." The woman's eyebrows rose in surprise. She didn't look convinced. Since she was working with the underground, she'd expect me to know the code words, but we hadn't had contact with the underground for a while, and the code words were constantly changing. I did know the pattern, though. When we were staying with the underground, we had been cycling through classic quotes from Ukrainian poets. So maybe a quote from a poet at the end of the alphabet would get the point across. "I haven't seen a falcon for some months now," I told her. Falcon being our local code word for the underground army. "But I have a heart that does not die." "From the hands of death?" she asked. "Immortality," I answered. She nodded. "Not the most current, but it will do." Nathan looked from me to Nikoleta. "Quotes from Lesia Ukrainka," I told him. "Who's your friend?" she asked. "I'm Bohdan Sovchuk," he said, stepping forward and bowing slightly. "Bohdan Sovchuk of Vitorets?" Nikoleta asked. "The same Bohdan who was executed by the Soviets in June 1941?
Who are you really?